You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
So let us take a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. I like to sit up on the bolster, so just take our hands down to the sides of the legs, just opening up the palms and just resting the backs of the hands there. Gently letting the fingertips curl in towards the palms softly, so you don't have to create this tension through the hands. Let the elbows drop. Let the shoulders relax and start to feel the neck starting to lengthen up away from the collarbones. You can start to feel that the ears lift just a little bit, and that's an effortless lift. It's just kind of this feeling of rising up. And then as you take a nice deep exhale, just relax into the feet, the ankles, the legs, and the hips. So keeping that feeling of rising up, that feeling of grounding and centering. Maybe you've already closed the eyes. Maybe you like to take a soft gaze just down in front of you, but take note of any tension within the face, the forehead, the temples, the jaw, the teeth. Trying to relax out any tightness or gripping. And allow the breath to flow freely, effortlessly again, and easily. As the breath anchors you into the present moment, let go of thoughts of the past and the future. Bring yourself into the now. And be aware of how you feel right at this very second, because each and every second it changes. Impermanence is always certain. And our practice today will be focusing on the sides of the body, the inner legs, the inner groin as well. So take a moment to start feeling the sides of your body. Sides of the arms, sides of the torso, sides of the legs, and the inner legs. Noticing how you feel physically. Again, letting go of tightness, tension, clenching, gripping, but also just recognizing any areas that really feel good today. Deepening the breath, inhaling, front, back, and sides. You feel the lungs expand, the rib cage expands. And then this letting go, this exhale, release. Everything settles back in. So you can start to feel the container of your body containing the lungs, the heart, the organs, the spinal column, almost like an accordion, kind of expanding out and coming back in again. Inhale, breathes deep. Exhale, let's go. And just take a few more of those expansive breaths into the torso. And then release that breathing and just breathe normally as you bring some gentle movement into the fingers, into the hands, into the wrists, rotating through the wrist joint, flexing and stretching, giving them a little shake. And then circle out the shoulders, so lifting up the shoulders towards the ears, exhaling back down. So it comes forward, up, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. Then just let the shoulders settle. Take the left ear to your right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. That would be interesting. And just notice this stretch down the side of your neck here. Try not to let the chin drop for a moment, but the head faces forward. And you might like to just reach those fingers out, just a touch. And now gently drop the chin down towards the chest. Notice how the stretch changes in the side of the neck, maybe coming down into the arm. I can certainly feel that into my tricep there. And then bring the head back into center, and we're going to lift that up towards the sky. So lifting the chin only as far as the neck allows you to. You're supporting the head with the neck muscles, not letting the head drop back. And then gently bring that back into center and back into neutral. Okay, so let's drop to the other side. So again, just settling in. Notice any differences with that side. Let the head feel heavy. Looking directly forward, reaching those fingertips out if you wish to get that extra stretch. Always be guided by the breath. If the breath changes, you may have gone a little bit too far. Let the head become heavy. And then just gently dipping the chin down towards the chest. Notice how the stretch changes. And then bring it back up, facing forward, and continue moving all the way up to the sky. Take the gaze and lift the chin. So you're lengthening out the throat there. And then bring that head back and bring it back into neutral. Good. So just dropping chin to the chest. Feel the shoulders relax. We don't take the shoulders with us. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Feel anything that's going down the sides of the neck into the shoulder blades, down into the upper back. And then lift the gaze all the way up to the sky. Let the neck muscles support the head. And then bring center. Nice little semicircles just to release that out. Chin to shoulder and opposite side. Oh, I'm feeling some clicking and some crunching here. And then bring back to center and lift the head up. Let's come down to the mat and just change the feet. If you had a butterfly, you can stay in butterfly. If you had cross leg, bring the other leg in front so that we try and equal out the legs. It always feels a bit alien when the other foot's in front. Lifting up left arm, reaching up and over. And these are nice big waves. So you're pulling the elbow down and stretching into the side body. If you need to rest your hand on this side on a block or a bolster, you can. And maybe each time that you wave over, you're getting a little bit closer towards the mat. And then we're going to stay and hold. So turn the palm face down, reach the fingers away, and then start to cave the chest in over that right knee. Feel the stretch from the wrist to the hip, and then open it up and bring it back into center. Big waves on the other side. Sweep it up and over. Good. So just really feeling the side body awareness here, that felt experience. And then the last wave, we go over, we stay, we flip the palm facing down to the mat, lengthen the wrist, lengthen the fingers, big, big stretch. And then start to draw the navel in towards the spine as you cave the chest in over that left knee. Exhaling and inhaling, noticing the stretch wherever that comes. And then opening it back up, rolling open the rib cage and bring yourself back up to center. Let's lift the knees together. Place the soles of the feet out in front of you. And you might just notice here the sides of the feet might be a little bit tight because we were in cross-legged for a bit. So maybe you like to just release into the ankles by flexing, pointing. Sitting nice and tall, let's come into a little teepee twist. So taking the left arm over the right knee, take the hand behind you and open the chest out towards the side. Again, noticing this side body opening. And just look forward, noticing that left knee. Has it stepped in front of the right knee? Are they parallel? And that's all come from your pelvic stability. And then from here, again, if you can't quite meet the mat with your back arm, you can always rest on a block or your bolster. And then you're going to lift up that left arm and reach it back. So you're probably feeling that in the right underside. Open, 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 stretch. Maybe the gaze goes to the sky if the neck allows. And then bring yourself back up into center. Good. Teepee twist on the other side. Arm crosses over, a little bit of leverage against that knee. Keep the pelvic stability. Check in on that right knee. It hasn't shunted itself forward. And take the gaze towards the back left shoulder. Again, always being guided by this effortless inhales and exhales. Breathing in to lift, exhaling to deepen. And then gently sliding yourself down onto the forearm. Maybe filling the space with a block. Reaching the arm up and back, keeping that lift in that left side of the body. And again, choosing to look towards the sky if it feels good. Keep reaching with that back arm. And then bring yourself back into center. Good. Let's swing those legs around behind us. Let's come into tabletop. Let's start to get some activation into the body. So moving circles, again, being completely aware of the container. The side bodies stretching, releasing, contracting. And maybe that comes into the head, the neck, the shoulders. Coming back to child's pose on the breath out, coming forward over the wrists on your breath in. And then start to circle the other way, and maybe you've already started to create some figure of eights there. Let the body do what it feels it needs to. And then the last time we come back to a wide-legged child's pose. Toes touch, knees go wide. Just release the hips back and stretch the arms out in front of you, exhaling the chest to the mat. Bringing the forehead down onto a block or to the mat. And here, feel the side body stretch from the hips up to the armpits and the armpits to the little fingers. And then feel the stretch maybe that you're experiencing in the inner groin, the inner thighs, maybe the outer hips. Let's walk those hands out to the right side of our mat, a twisted child's pose here. So reaching long, dropping left shoulder, letting head come to the mat or to the block once more. Feel that deepness of the stretch in the left side. Breathe in, lift up, walk the hands back through center over to the left. Exhaling there, dropping the right shoulder, letting the head come to the mat or a block. And then lifting up, bring yourself back into center and back up into tabletop. Bring the knees back into neutral. Lifting up, left arm. This threads through 4 times. So we reach the arm through and under, keep the hips nice and high, and then we bring it back up. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. And the last one, number 4, we're going to stay and hold. Reaching right arm forward, or maybe you wish to take the bind, right arm coming over to the left hip. So again, be aware of the left side of the body here, also right side of the body, left neck, left rib cage, right rib cage, pressing tops of the feet and the shins into the ground. If the hand is in the bind, then you might be getting a little bit of leverage to open up that right side. Bring the hand back, palm presses down, sweep up left arm, open, 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 press through the back of the hand and release. Good, let's do 4 on the other side, lifting up right arm, thread it through and under. Inhale to lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Last time. Staying and holding. Reaching the left arm forward or taking the bind. And just being aware again of any differences from the right to the left. Pressing down through the tops of the feet and the shins. Those legs are active just as much as the upper body is. And then release the left hand down, press into the palm and bring yourself back up to tabletop. Let's slide all the way forward onto our forearms here. So a nice forearm plank, and we're going to go into a forearm side plank. So moving the left hand across, and then you can start to move the legs into that side plank, whatever feels good. So a little bit of activation here. Remember, you can always take the leg out in front or leave the hip down. Good, and maybe that arm lifts up towards the sky, reaching, 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 as if somebody's pulling your fingers upwards. And let's shift to the other side. Bring yourself through that forearm plank, changing to the other side. We're pressing away through the palm and that forearm and elbow of the underneath arm, lifting up through the side body and the hip, reaching fingers up towards the sky. A little bit of activation there, stress response. And bring it back into your forearm plank center, lowering it down into Sphinx pose and releasing the feet. So here, start to feel the stretch in the side body, but also the openness of the front. And then lowering the body down. So the hands come back behind you, and you're going to be reaching the right arm to the right heel and the left arm to the left heel. So the upper body is off the mat, crown of the head reaches forward, and it's like you're reaching down to pull your sock up. That's it, yeah. Ooh, didn't realize that was going to be so challenging, did I, when I put that into the sequence? Trying to keep both thighs, both ankles planted, reaching to pull that sock up. And last time, bring it back and take the cheek to the mat. Let the arms fall down by the side of the hips. Soften through your breathing here if that's kind of increase the heart rate. And then bring the hands forward. Press back through tabletop. Tuck the toes and come into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out. Releasing a heel at a time. Stretching through the back of the legs. And just lengthening through the spine here, remembering the neck. Giving it a little yes and a no, so you release tightness and tension there. When you're ready, exhale fully. And settle in for a few breaths. Each exhale draws the heels down, presses the chest back towards the thighs. From here, you might like to bring the right hand in just a touch and take the left hand to the ankle, the calf or the thigh, and start to give yourself a little pull, looking underneath that armpit. Little side stretch. You might feel that again in the right leg. Bring it back into the center, change hands. Left hand grounds, right hand takes the leg. Keep releasing the heels here. Looking underneath that armpit, strong left arm. And then right hand returns, exhale. Walk the feet in towards the center of your mat. Take a moment to take a forward fold here, just release the toes and the ankles, exhaling, body over the legs. Release into the head and the neck. So looking forward here, stretching through the side body, reaching the arms forward, nice big bear squat. So the knees are nicely over your middle toes, sit bones are reaching towards the back of your mat. Exhale, take the fold. Inhale, stretch it out into the squat. Nice and low, good. Exhale into the fold. Bend the knees deeply, sit back into the squat and just pulse there. Sides of the body are stretching from the right here all the way to the little finger. And then from here, the right hand comes down. The left leg straightens and the left hand comes to the sacrum as you open up into that stretch on the left side. Releasing the hand. If it allows, you might, fingertips might be on a block or on the mat. And then go through the bear squat. And left hand comes down, right hand to sacrum. You straighten through the right leg this time. Open up the chest, nice. Releasing the hand if it allows. Again, so we're opening up the chest to the side of our mat. And come through that bear squat. Woo! And from the bear squat, we press up all the way into our upward salute. bring our body down. Oh, I'm already quite warm. So let's just take our left leg back behind us here. Ooh, I'm a bit unstable on the carpet today. Dropping down that knee. Lifting up the arms, taking hold of your left wrist. We're going to take a side stretch over to the right. So that basically looks from the front, taking hold of the wrist and stretching it out to the side. So notice here, you know, are you all kind of in alignment, driving the hips forward? That looks good, nice, good, good, good. Keep giving that wrist a little pull. And then from there, keep the left arm where it is and reach the right arm back to your left hip. Now take the gaze back. And then bring yourself up to center. Let's change legs. Lift the arms up into crescent. Take hold of your right wrist. Drive the hips forward, pull navel into spine and reach up and over, side stretch. A little extra pull on that right wrist. And then release the left hand. It comes down maybe to the left hip. Right hip, right thigh. Keep driving those hips forward and then flip the palm face down. And then bring yourself back into center. Whilst we're down there, let's just bring that left leg back into tabletop. Tuck the toes. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Walk to the back of your mat this time into your fold. And then heel toe the feet out into parallel. Find your Malasana, garland pose. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle here. Bringing the hands into the heart center, and this is going to start to stretch our inner thighs, inner groin here. Nice, strong, yet relaxed Malasana. So maybe we introduce a little side stretch here. So the left hand goes in front of your left knee, out to the corner, and you open up the right side of the body here, reaching up that right arm, maybe taking the bind and wrapping that towards the left buttock. And then maybe you take the left hand to meet the right, again into that bind. Always options. You can, of course, keep the left hand down. Bringing it back into center, change sides. Right arm presses into that thigh. Left arm lifts up. Try to keep the integrity of the posture itself. And then again, maybe that hand comes to your right hip, right buttock, and you might, take the bind. Again, try not to lose the integrity of the posture. Always tricky. We haven't done this one for such a long time. Opening out through that left side of the body. Nice and slowly release. And let's come up into a wide-legged forward fold here. So take the feet as wide as your mat. And then walk the hands out. So it's a wide-legged, wide hand down dog. Heels might be down, palms are flat. Stretch the chest back towards the thighs. So just pedal out, releasing into the knees and the ankles there. And then let's come down onto the knees. Let's bring our right leg into our half butterfly. Sitting nice and tall. Lifting the arms up. We're going to reach forward and straight over the extended leg first of all. We're going to move through a few poses here, exhaling the head down towards the knee, making sure the right ankle is quite active here. Keeping the left hand where it is on the left foot. Maybe you need a strap. We're going to open out the right side of the body. So you come into these open stretches, trying to drop through the right knee. Palm is face down, reaching over and beyond the toes. And nice and slowly we lift the arm up towards the sky. It comes behind us and we sweep the arm forward to roll up onto the hip. So it's like a baby wild thing or a kneeling side plank. Good. We bring it back into the center and we take this right leg over and across. So it comes into a half shoelace. That's it. So it's over the leg like that. So you're trying to stack the knee on top of one another. That's it. Try and relax out that knee. That's it. Yeah, half shoelace. So that would be your full shoelace. Yes, good, good, good. All right. So your right leg is over. We're going to stretch over towards our extended leg. So reaching up and away from the bent leg, dropping into that left side of the body, left arm. And maybe the hand just rests on the head there as a little bit of extra weight. You're going to get a neck stretch as well. Maybe you're feeling this into the right side, right glute. That's it. And then bring yourself back into center. We're going to take a seated twist from there. So that right leg then gets placed down. And let's turn towards the bent knee this time. So find your Ardha Matsyendrasana, half spinal twist. Opening out the chest to the right side of your mat. And then bring yourself back into center and extend the legs. Lift up. Let's take a Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Reach up and stretch the sides of the body over. Lengthen. Free the flesh from underneath the sit bones. Lengthen the spine away, bring yourself back up to seated for the other side. I'm going to change sides so that I can still see you. So, left foot comes in, right leg is extended. Half butterfly or head to knee pose, lifting up the arms. It's that straight version first of all. So, dropping left shoulder just as much as the right, letting the chest release down to the thigh, letting the head release down towards the knee. Trying to ground through the right buttock as the left foot is active. And then from here we start to release the body open to the front. Releasing the arm, opening the rib cage. Maybe you still got hold of the foot, the ankle, the thigh. Try not to collapse here, but keep that openness. Roll the rib cage up towards the sky. Palm is face down, fingertips are reaching away. And then release yourself back up. We do that baby wild thing, sweeping the arms, rolling up onto that knee. And then bring yourself back for the half shoelace variation. Left leg crosses over right. Make sure you're grounded, lifting up, going away from the bent leg first of all. So still lengthening up through the spine. We're not collapsing through the belly, collapsing through the lower back. Bring yourself back up to seated and then place the foot for your Ardha Matsyendrasana twist. Maybe the elbow wraps and hugs, or it goes over the knee. Make sure that big toe is planted of your left foot, rolling the rib cage out to the left side of the mat. And then bring yourself back into center. Extend the legs, and this time we're going to go sideways onto our mat. So taking our wide leg, seated forward fold. And this forward fold, we're going to keep the chest nice and open to the front of the mat. We're not going to collapse into the belly, round through the spine. So you might only go a few inches here, so pressing chest forward, shoulders are nicely relaxed, keeping the chest open. Try not to let the shoulders round and hunch. Maybe the hands come out in front of you to support you, and you might start to slide the fingertips forward as you gently come into that seated, wide leg seated forward fold. Upavista Konasana. Toes pointing up towards the sky. You might feel that deep stretch on the inner groin, inner thighs. Walk the hands back towards the body, come into an upright position. We're going to go over the legs, so lifting up over to the left side. Keep stretching through the side body all the way from the hip, and try not to lift the buttock up here just so that you can get closer to the foot. It's more about grounding through both sit bones to reach over. And then bring yourself back up to seated. Take a moment to just recover from that stretch before immediately going into the other side. So lift up and stretch it over. I always find that transition just a little bit tricky for my spine, so you may have felt that as well. But always just go into each side with a conscious awareness. Grounding through both sit bones, pulling both buttocks down. Reaching fingertips way past the toes, rolling into the rib cage. And then bring yourself back up to seated. We're going to lift the knees, bring the legs together for a little squeeze and a release. We haven't quite finished. Exhale, release into the spine, over the thighs. And then take the feet a little bit wider than hip width and just windscreen wiper knees left and right. So again, being aware of the sides of the body. And sometimes this movement can actually start to bring you forward, but if you can try and stay somewhere on your mat, that's it. And once you've done equal left and right, come back up. We're going to get those elbows all the way on the inside of our knees. And then thread the arms through and under. And see if you could just stay there for a moment with a long spine. Good. And you might like to go into Kurmasana, which is our tortoise pose or tortoise turtle. So extending the fingers, extending the legs. And dropping into tortoise from there. Coming out of the posture might be a little bit more challenging, so just edge yourself back. Take the arms out first and then bring the legs back in. Again, squeeze them together. I do like that posture. It's just so much fun. Let's come down onto our backs. So taking a nice slow roll down through the spine. When you get down there, draw the knees in towards the chest and just gently roll out through the spine. When we start to work with the sides of the body in these lateral stretches, you'll notice that the lower back and the middle back really are targeted as well as the sides of the body. So just give that love to the lower back. And then place the soles of the feet wide, toes are pointing forward, and just drop into your cactus arms, if you like, spreading the shoulder blades underneath you. And again, windscreen wiper, knees left and right. But here, just let that left leg just stay and hold, releasing out through the left side of the body. Breathe in, bring it all back into center. Exhale, let's take it to the other side. Try and let that right knee become heavier. Breathe it in, come back into center, heel toe the feet back in, bring the hands down by the side of the body. Lengthen the arms up above the head, lengthen the legs away. Big, big stretch. Feel the sides of your body stretching all the way from the little toe to the little fingers. And then we're going to go into Banana Asana from here. So shuffling the body over to the right side of your mat, taking hold of the left wrist, and then shuffling the feet over to the bottom corner and dropping that left ankle over the right if that feels good. You can keep the feet apart. Depends how intense you would like this side stretch to be. So if you were looking at yourself from above, it would look like a nice, beautiful crescent moon. Try to relax into all of the buttocks, the hips, the thighs, the side body. Bring the head, the neck, the shoulders and the arms back into center. Then simply release the left leg. Take a moment to settle and have that recovery in Shavasana. Shuffle the shoulders over to your left. Lift the arms up. Take hold of your right wrist this time. And then maybe you just simply take the right ankle over the left from there. Exhale, soften into that nice little banana crescent shape on your mat. And release the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms back into the center. Release the right foot. Take a moment to just settle and rest. Drawing knees in towards the chest. Circle out. Give yourself that release. And time for one last little posture, which is our happy baby. So again, targeting the inside thighs, taking the knees nice and wide of the rib cage, lifting up the feet, and then let's just rock and roll from one side to the other, dropping a knee down and then returning back into the center, lengthening the tailbone down, so really pulling the flatter part of the pelvis and the coccyx down towards the mat, soles of the feet up towards the sky, knees hopefully a 90-degree bend, and thighs pulling down by the outer ribs. And try not to take tension into the upper body, the shoulders, the neck and the face here, just breathing steadily and slowly. And then release the feet. Take the feet wide, drop the knees in towards one another and just find that nice, soft, gentle release on the inner and the outer thighs. Let go of any gripping in the buttocks here. Try and soften the belly down towards the spine, spine down towards the mat. And if you feel that the body needs something else, you can go ahead and do that, or just make yourself warm and comfortable as you come into Shavasana. So popping jumpers, socks, getting blankets, any bolsters underneath the knees, which is quite nice. Give yourself a little shimmy and a shake. Feel all of the body kind of just shaking from side to side. Oh, that feels nice. And then you slow that down and it comes into stillness, and just allow the eyes to softly close. And as you let go of the physical practice, any demands that were made for the body there, let go of the mental state of your mind here and any other thoughts that might be distracting you. So only pull yourself into this present moment in Shavasana, really being aware of your conscious physical state, lying down, having to do nothing. Notice sensations that you're feeling within the body. Maybe after that little shake, you created some heat, some friction. and some tingling of energy. And as you lie here, feel that every side of your body, not necessarily the front or the back, but the sides. So the side of the feet, side of the lower legs, sides of the upper legs, sides of the hips, the sides of the waist, sides of the rib cage, sides of the arms and of the hands and of the fingers. Sides of the neck and the sides of your head. Take a deep breath in from toe to crown and exhale. Let it all go, relax and release, and I'll leave you for a few moments of much deserved silence. If you wish to stay in your Shavasana for just a little bit longer, please do so. If not, just taking time to bring movement back into the body through the hands and the feet. Deepening the breath to bring deeper movement, stretching up the arms, stretching away the legs. And drawing knees in, rolling out and rolling to one side. Bring yourself up to seated, nice and slowly. And just bringing the hands into heart center. Sitting tall, feeling the container of your body, the sides of your body here. Always thanking yourself for your practice, your body, your breath, and your focus. And I thank you. Namaste.